EverBrite Deluxe 2-packs. These are incredible, powerful little LED activated lights. For those of us who don't want to rewire, but we do want a light, maybe it's on the side of the house, it's just maybe a different darkened area. Look at that. What a bright light that puts over the garage door, if that's where you choose to put it. And you just kind of stick it up into the position that you want. I'm impressed, Lou, at how powerful these lights are, considering how small and
tiny,
unobtrusive the unit is.
Yeah, and that's because of these right here. These are the LEDs that are inside of it here. Those little yellow, let me see there. Those little yellow dots right there. Those are what is known as SMD LEDs. That stands for Surface Mount Device LED. Unlike the bulbs that we remember from just like a year ago, these are actually more like computer chips. So if this guy, let me see if it's on. All right, see right there what it did? It went to the dim mode and then it went on to the full bright mode, 100%. There's a solar panel on top right here with a light sensor in it. So when it gets dark out, the light's gonna come on in what we call the dim mode. So it'll always be on at 10% of full power. When it senses motion, and that's the motion sensor right there, then the light goes to what you see here. I mean, that's a lot, look at this, that's a lot of light. It goes to full power mode, and it'll stay that way for 20 seconds or so, or until the motion stops. So if I keep moving my hand in front of this, this will stay on, you know, indefinitely or until the batteries run out, which frankly would be a really, I'd be tired of doing this. It'd be a really long time. And you're getting two, and that's why, the other thing is look how slim this is. Because of those SMD LEDs, it's a very, very slim look to that. Now notice on the back right here, we give you 3M tape. So you can pull the backing off on this and mount it just like that. You don't have to use any tools, any screwdrivers, anything like that.
If you want, you can mount it more permanently.
We even give you the mounting hardware if you want to do that. But me, being the lazy guy, I'm going with the tape.
I'm with you on that. Yeah. You know what I like about these? I have a friend who said that she was having suspicions that there was somebody kind of checking out the backyard at a certain point every night. It was like kind of as the sun was starting to rise.
That's a little creepy.
It's like 4 in the morning, and she was really freaked out. She had just moved to the neighborhood, and she was really... So she put these up, and she said it alerted her, because she works crazy hours like we all do, it alerted her when somebody was there. And you know what? If there is a would-be or wannabe trespasser, they're not going to be coming back very often if they see that you've got a light that activates once it has motion. So that's one thought, you know. The other part is just that your safety, you know, if you get home late at night, having a lighted up pathway to walk up to your front door or drive into your garage, that is obviously something that we're all looking for. So with the free shipping and that fourth flex, once again, you're getting $7.49. Seems to be the common denominator today to get the 2-pack and then try them. You've got a whole month to be able to do so. So the dim mode is cool. The bright light is cool. The fact that there is easy installation, love that, versus the technician, the electrician, or the wiring guy.
Exactly. Well, and that's the other thing too. You know, before I show you the dim mode on these, a lot of us usually try to install these guys right here. And there's a motion sensor on the bottom of this, and we've got these big bright spotlights that you see right there. But here's the problem on the back. It's all these wires. So unless you're an electrician yourself or you're really, really comfortable working with electricity, which I don't recommend, you know, this is going to cost you a ton of money. Plus, let's say that you want to install this someplace where there is no power currently. Now you got to have somebody come out there and run power to it, and that's going to cost you even more money. Whereas when you've got our lights, the EverBrite lights right here, you can put these anyplace. I've seen people put these on fence posts, docks, trees, all over the place. What I want to do now is I want to walk over to our wall over here, and I want to show you the dim mode. We're going to leave the lights up for just right now.
And these stay lit for 12 hours, if I'm not mistaken, because they're capturing the sun all day long, right?
That's 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
So now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to stand here. We're going to bring the lights down. I need everybody to stand still.
No moving.
Everybody.
That's you too, Jordan.
Even you too. Just freeze. Bring the lights down. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to notice as soon as the lights come down, these are going to go into what we call the dim mode, and that's 10% of full power, okay? And the reason for that is, let's say that there's like a staircase or something, you at least want to let people know where that's at before they get there. You know what I mean? But once they get there, okay, here we go, watch. All the way down. And you're gonna see as they come down there. Now that right there is what we call the dim mode, okay? But the minute I start to move, all the lights start to pop on. You see how that works? All of them start coming on. So now they're at the 100% mode. So now you've got that 100% light. And you can see right here the way it's lighting the ground. And these are actually mounted up pretty high on the wall here. It's lighting the ground in front of us, Callie, like what, probably about 20 feet away. You know, in our studio. And TV cameras need a lot of light, so these are really doing an excellent job. And if we stand still again, watch what's gonna happen. After about 20 seconds or so, hopefully my jaw moving isn't actually gonna keep them going. They're gonna go into the dim mode. There, see what's going on? All across the studio, they're very slowly going into the dim mode, that 10% of full power.
Look at that.
Yeah, see? Come on, you two.
How cool is that?
How cool is that? I feel like I'm doing a ventriloquist act. Okay, now let's move.
Okay.
Yeah, those two, for some reason, they're sensing I'm standing here, but you can see the way that they come back on again.
No, I think that's an incredible feature.
Isn't it amazing?
And the fact that they're that easy to install.
Yeah.
You guys, we slapped these up on the wall with the tape on the back side.
Yeah. Look at that! Look at the light coming off of these. They're super, super bright, and they have those SMD LEDs in them, so they're going to be cool to the touch. So I can put my hand on any one of these. They're not going to, burn you. They sip power, and that's why they just run and run and run. And even if you don't have full-on sunlight every day, they're going to get enough of a charge that they're going to work for days and days on end. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about them, and they're unobtrusive, and that's what I really like about them.
Indoors or outdoors only?
Outdoors only, because you need the sun.
Of course.
Unless you can figure out a way to get the sun in your house.
Well, you gotta, yeah. No, it's true. But I love the fact that we all have those parts of our homes, the sides of the house, the backyard, maybe it's the back door, the side door. It just feels good knowing that there's light. And there's a lot of us that feel like, I wish I had light, but I'm not going to go through the mess and the rigmarole and the expense of hiring somebody, because then that one project turns into another. Oh, that's a good idea right there.
Yeah, right above the garage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, down the side of those stairs.
Oh, down the side of the stairs.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty beautiful when you do that. If you have a staircase, get a couple pairs of these and put them down the side, so as people walk down the stairs, they actually pop on. They'll actually come on as you're approaching, because the sensor on these will go out about 10 or 20 feet away from it.
Okay.
So they really pick up motion far away.
These are good.
Now, one question I always get from people is, can I use these, where I live because it rains a lot? Well, all right, here's one. I'm pouring water all over this guy. You see, it just came on right now. And the water doesn't bother it. So if you live up north in the snow belt where there's tons of snow, or you live down here in Florida where we have a tropical storm pretty much every day, you can see right here that the water is not going to bother you. So, feel confident in the fact that you can put these up outdoors and don't need to worry about that, where you're putting them. I tell people, listen, if you have nuisance animals, that maybe you have raccoons or dogs that like to tip over your trash cans. Yeah, put these out there, because when they sense the motion, the lights are going to come on, and they're going to run away because they're going to think somebody's coming.
Well, now that summer's come to an end, I'm going to say, if you've got a garden and the rabbits try to get in and eat your lettuce, that's a great idea. Or if you've got maybe, if you've got, when you've got horses and cattle and livestock.
A farm.
That sort of thing.
A barn, a farm, a pasture.
Like, livestock.
Livestock.
No, it's really nice to know that you've got all of those areas. I think about that when my grandparents lived on a farm, and I was raised there basically, and having all those outlying the barn and the chicken coop and all of those areas, it's nice to have a light source.
Well, my parents had a big piece of property that had a couple trees that went back on it, and they had lights on those trees. There was actually power that ran underground. Well, after like a decade, right? Those lights broke. The power was to them somehow, got corroded, the pipes and everything like that. So instead of having an electrician come out, these would have been absolutely perfect to put up out there. Because let's face it, when these things, this guy right here, it's been on the whole time we've been standing here talking, simply because, I've been moving around a lot. But you could see how bright those are. Now, if I turn, there's actually an on-off switch here. Honestly, once you turn them on, you're never going to turn them off again, because they kind of manage themselves. But when I turn that off, you can see right there, there's those little SMD LEDs mounted all over this guy. When I turn it on again, look how super crazy bright that is. Remember, there's your solar cell on the top, your solar panel with the light sensor built into it. There's the motion sensor right there that's going to detect the motion. And remember, when they come on at first, they're going to go into 10% dim mode. And then when they sense motion, they go into 100% bright mode.
And then once you walk away, it goes right back into that dim mode.
They'll go back into that dim mode again. Well, and you know what? They're really convenient, Callie, for putting on things like this right here. If you want to mount them on a railing or a porch, maybe you've got a deck in the back, you know what I mean?
Yes, you can put them anywhere.
Anywhere you want, and you don't have to worry about their being powered. I'm going to tell you right now, you notice there's no screws mounting in these. We just use the tape that's included. That actually comes mounted on the back of them.
If you've got a deck,
stuck them right up there.
A dock, if you've got a boat. I think about this a lot, because, fishermen fish at night.
They do.
Sometimes I'm like amazed that people people that are out on the water at night don't go up into, okay, I don't want to give ideas out, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a security.
Oh, no, it happens.
It does.
It happens.
And if a light goes on, guess what? They're going to the next dock, or the next backyard, or the next garage.
There are two things that scare away, nefarious people, and that is sound and light. So if you can have these lights pop on your property when someone's coming up to it, you know what? They're going to go away. And there's no two ways about it.
And every home, no matter what decade it was built, there's a side, or there's the back corner. There should have been light, but sometimes, those things weren't thought of then. I know my grandparents would have just loved the idea. If they were still with us, they would be like, what? no wiring.
Right.
How could it be so easy to have something this convenient? And it just really does make sense for all of us, no matter who we are, where we live, in an apartment, in a house, out in the country, in the city. I'm so glad to see so many of you picked it up. 2,200, almost 2,300 spoken for. And by the way, you can read reviews on hsn.com. I know that helps me when I'm making a purchase. I'm actually looking to purchase a couple things right now. I'm looking to purchase a motorcycle, actually.
Really?
And so reviews make all the difference in the world. You want to know what other people think once they've made a purchase.
Absolutely. Well, especially something that's that much money. But I mean, anything like
Any amount.
Well, I mean, especially something like this. You want to make sure that's going to do what we say. Like right here. Notice the way that came on when she was walking down the stairs there, but it was on as she approached it. And that's what I always tell people. It's nice to have that little bit of ambient light that's always on. And then they come. You know what? Let's bring the lights down the studio one more time while we're standing here. Okay? Because I want everybody to take a look and all these lights. No, you don't have to now.
Okay.
Because all these lights are going to come on, Callie and I, and you're going to actually see how bright these are. Because they really are crazy, crazy bright.
Can we do that, guys?
Perhaps we can.
Lights down. Here we go. Yep, they heard us now. 479373, by the way, is the item number. Free shipping.
We're just going to move around a little bit, and all the lights are going to start to come on. Look at that. The funny,
these are kind of scary. Look at. Oh, it's kind of like Halloweenish.
Isn't that cool?
Looking up at us.
Yeah, but it's a lot. But there's a lot of light coming off of these. So if you've got these on your property, you can imagine pulling up in the car. Actually, you know what's funny? Bill Duggan was just telling me that he gave a set of these to his mom, and she's using these for her driveway.
See, what a good son
he was here. There he is. Right, Bill? Yeah, there you go. He said yes.
That's a really thoughtful, a thoughtful gift. My mother, I mean, she was, as we get older, you know, more prone to falling. And if there's a step that you don't see, ooh,
you go down.
False move can make a big difference, you know, positive or negative. Yeah, it's a really smart purchase. It really is. $7.49. It's a Labor Day special flex opportunity with the free shipping on top of that. And you're getting two. You can get as many 2-packs as you would like, by the way. You know, it depends on what kind of space you're dealing with. So all of you, thanks again for your orders here. Yeah, very nice and bright.
It's a lot of light that comes off of these, so you don't need to worry that because they're small, because they're compact. Remember, these SMD LEDs are the absolute latest technology in LEDs. This is the latest thing. Watch when I turn this around and my shirt. Look at that. Look how much light comes off. I mean, it's like daylight. I mean, look at that. It's so crazy bright. You can even see it on my hands from the ones that are on the table right here. Tremendous amount of light with these. So don't worry that these aren't going to put out a lot of light. They do. Notice somebody just walked by in the studio, and these went on over here as well on the table.
I really, really like about these is that they never go completely off.
No.
They stay dim.
Well, as long as it's dark.
Exactly.
Because like just now, we brought the lights in the studio back up again, and all the ones that are mounted on the walls over there, those guys all went off instantly.
Right.
You know, because there's no motion over there, so they all went off instantly. So during the daytime, they're not going to be on. But during the nighttime, they're going to come on in that 10% dim mode, and then when there's motion, boom, they come on full. I mean, even now they're bright.
Part too, you can just stick them. That's 3M tape. You just like pop it up to whatever surface you would like. If you would like to screw them in and make that a permanent fixture, you can do that. We even give you the tools to be able to do it while you provide the screwdriver.
And best of all, there's none of this. You're not messing around with it. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you know, you might put 1 or 2 of these up around your house, okay? But you're pretty much done there. But what about those other places where maybe you want to install some lighting? You don't want to go through this hassle again. Guess what? You know what? Our lights are perfect to put above the door to the. I've got a side door to my garage where there's no light. I've got one of these above that door right now.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
You're right. Because if you want to go with a major light at the front or the back, but there are so many other little hidden spots that really they require light, and this is the easiest way to do it.
And remember, look at this right here. If you know what, if you live in a place where it rains a lot, it snows a lot, anything like that, you don't need to worry because these guys are not going to be bothered in the least by it. Look at that. I can stay in here all day and pour water on these, and they're still going to work. So, you know,
we recommend don't put them where they're going to be constantly exposed to water, but we're just saying if there's that random fall, you know, rainfall like that, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Great choice, right? 479373. Jot that item number down. Make that call. Place that order. You'll be so glad you did.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Good to be here.
Talking rats and mice and all that stuff. No, it's great to have the solutions that, you know, take care of making our life a little more comfortable. And that's what this hour is all about. Next hour, electronics and our today's special from Amazon. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.